everyone, my name's Pam and I'm with Silver and Sparkles. I'm a guest designer here for Pink Monarch Prints. Thanks Anna and Elena for having me, and I have a lovely little project for us today. I wanted to do something that was kind of like a stash builder or like Mass Make March, that type of thing. So I got out one of my most favorite Pink Monarch print kits, and it's the Vintage Scraps layering tags. And because I was thinking, if I print the kit just one time, I'll have all these tags, and then there's like different butterfly and then botanical elements, you know, to layer them with. And I thought, well, that'll be easy to just build up a bunch of ephemera. And then I started thinking, well, I want a little folder to put it in. So we're going to do a simple one-page wonder folder that is going to hold a whole bunch of ephemera. So look how cute. So I also used their kit, Happy Phrases, because I love words in my projects. So let me show you. So this is one little piece that I made just with different elements from the kit. And so you've got that pocket, and then there's a little pocket here. And this is made with an 8x8 piece of paper. And I'll show you the ones that I used. But you can use any piece of 8x8 paper. If you have scrapbook paper, great. If you have just, you know, a digital that you print, you want to print on both sides. Don't you love that one? How easy they are to just layer and make really pretty pieces. And that's just decorated. So a tuck spot, a really big pocket, a big pocket, another tuck spot. Oh, and then here on the front, I made that into a pocket too. I just didn't put anything in it. Look at me. Let's put a little butterfly in there too. And maybe one more. Just because we can, right? All right, look at that. So I guess we'll count that as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pockets. All right, I think it's cute and I love it, and I hope you do too. So the 8x8 paper I used is one of the paper pads, and I am using ones from Wallflower, and I was trying to decide between these two. I think I'm going to use this one, and we'll see how it goes. Again, though, if you don't have 8x8 paper like this, just cut yourself a piece of paper that measures 8x8, and you can make this super easy folder. So we're going to make the folder first, and then we'll make some pretty things to go in it with this kit. So I'm going to lay my 8x8 paper in my scoreboard, and we are going to make a couple of pretty easy scores. I wrote them down so I don't forget. So the first one is 3 1/4 inches, and then it's 6 1/2. All right. And then turn your paper, and you're going to score it at 2 1/2. You know, if you do have direction, you want this to be the bottom. And if you have a paper with some directions, some things may end up a little upside down. So give that some thought. This one, it's not really going to matter with those flowers. Okay. Now, the next thing you want to do is let's go ahead and fold neatly on all of our score lines. And I'm going to ink mine so that you can see when I do a little bit of cutting here in a minute. It'll be hopefully easier for you to see here on camera. Okay, there we go. It's just those creases, and I'm going to use my walnut stain. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, you can definitely see that better, can't you? I think I want the flowers to be the front, but we can probably, I don't know, I'll ink both sides so that we don't get confused about what we're doing. And again, this is just a simple one-page folder. And again, with printing, if you want to use these papers, you can use any papers you want, but this tag layering kit, you can just make a whole bunch pretty fast because everything goes together nicely. Okay, let's fold it up and make sure everything is doing what we want before we get started. So if I want the flowers to be on the front, this time my pocket's going to be on the left-hand side, and that's fine. It really doesn't matter. Again, that's something to think about when you're scoring yours, if you definitely have a preference. I want this to be the front, so this pocket is now going to be on the left-hand side. If I had wanted this to and I had it in my scoreboard this way, okay, with what I wanted the cover to be. If I had really wanted that tuck spot and pocket like my prototype, you would have just wanted to have your paper on the inside up. Guys, I hope I didn't just confuse everybody about that. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me which side that pocket's on, so I just started scoring. All right, let's do our trimming. We are going to cut this piece out completely. So I always cut the score line out. And then don't throw this piece away because we're going to make that other little tiny pocket tuck spot with it in just a few minutes. Okay, now for these pockets, we are going to cut the score line out. So a little bit to the right and a little bit to the left. And I find it easier to flip it over like this, snip it off straight. Now you can leave it just like that. By cutting it out, everything will close up nice. I wanted mine to look a little bit more kind of like, you know, the school folders. You don't have to do this. This is optional. But if you do want to do it, I eyeball mine, but you can come over about 1/4 of an inch and mark and draw a line. I'm going to eyeball mine. And I did just that much. There we go. And then I do want it to match if possible. So, gotta get it turned the right way, Pam. Yeah, I'm gonna just hold it on there so I at least get it somewhat close. All right, now I'm gonna eyeball it. If it's really important to you that yours is exactly the same, again, measure and draw a line. But I think that looks great. I really embrace, when I'm doing this type of crafting, the idea of junk journaling and that I'm okay with some slight imperfections. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. Easy. Okay, now I made the decision with my original one that I wanted to just round that corner. I don't know why, but we'll do that. You don't have to. Again, everything like this is always optional, but I think it looks kind of nice. And I would like some ink on here as well on this edge. All right, so now let's glue our pockets together. And don't forget this piece. We'll do it in just a minute. All right, so for this pocket, all we're gonna do is put a bead of glue right along the edge and close it up. Glue everywhere. On this one, we are going to first glue the large pocket down just like that. And then for this pocket here, or this tuck spot, I'm gonna kind of, it goes out about that much. I'm gonna add a little bead of glue at the top of the pocket. And this one I can do it on the flap. Whoa, I just threw my glue down. Now, all you wanna be careful of is that you don't accidentally glue this pocket closed, you know? So make sure you didn't. There you go. You have a tuck spot. Cuteness. Now, this little fella. The little rough part from where I scored it is still on here. So I just cut it off, okay? And then I'll probably on this one, I didn't flip it over. I left it where it was kind of, you know, the same pattern. I'm trying to decide if I want to do that and then just decorate it, or I'm going to put the, what is that, diamonds? I want to say herringbone, and I know it's not herringbone. Now, I also, just to be snazzy, I don't know if it's snazzy or not, I thought, okay, I have that corner rounded, I'll have this corner rounded. Just, you know, to be funny. And I'm going to glue this down just like a very simple pocket. Okay. And there we go. And again, we can decorate this and all of that. I really liked how on my prototype, I took a couple of these and trimmed them and decorated this pocket. So we'll probably do that. And all I did was I eyeballed right, I don't know if you can see it, but on that layer, I just cut straight across at the points where it starts to angle and turned it into a little tag that was that shape. Of course, you could just glue one of these down. That would be fine too. But to get a little different shape going, something a little different to look at. And these are quick and easy, so we'll just go ahead and glue them down. But again, if you're gonna make, like, let's say you want to, whatever, you know, pattern paper or theme or whatever, but like you need 5 gifts or something like that, or an exchange or happy mails, I think you could sit down and make your folders, and then again, you have more than enough supplies to decorate them. All right, so let's go ahead and make the tag for the front. That one was probably, because I layered it on book page and did a couple of things. So I just have some book page that I've been tearing out of old Reader's Digest. And I am going to, I don't have to worry too much. Now, I did turn it into a pocket. So if, you know, if your book page is super fragile, mine kind of is, I'm going to pick a tag for this. I'm going to use one of the ones that's a touch bit smaller. Let's see what color I want to use with this paper. Thinking maybe one of the kind of greens. How about that one? So I did, let's see if it's wide enough. I think it is. I did double my paper up. There we go. This will work. Just to make sure. And then I have the fold line where the pocket's going to be, only because I don't want my pocket to get ripped. So that's just a little, if that's of a concern to you, then I would recommend you use a couple of layers. Or if you don't have a book page, you can easily use other paper to layer this tag on. Or you don't have to add a layer, right? Okay, so I'm going to, but I think it makes it look kind of fun. I'm just gluing the 2 layers together. And now I am going to glue the tag I selected on top. I think this will look pretty, this color. And then let me just snip it off. I'm gonna trim just a touch. Okay, I'm happy with that, and I don't even mind. I kind of like having that little bit of a rough edge because it's going to just be glued straight down. No problems. Okay, now before I attach it, I want to decorate it and get a ribbon on it. So let's just go with the idea again of a mass make. So we're going to just replicate what we've already done, just with some different colors. This one, see if I tear, again, just a little bit of book page to layer underneath. I'm gonna make it a touch shorter. And I love working with book page. Like I said, I sometimes just a little bit of book page in my mind will bring a project together, but not everybody does. You can use a different piece of ephemera, a tag, you know, whatever makes you happy. That looks good to me. And I have, so this is the page that was the, what did I say they were? Happy phrases. And you get a sheet, but there's actually 3 pages in the kit because they're different colors. Isn't that fabulous? So this is just one of the colors. Okay, I'm happy with that. So let me glue it down. And once you have, when you're trying to do like multiples, or at least this is my opinion, it's easy when you're going to replicate because, again, you want to have some gifts or something like that to just use your sample. And every time you don't have to go back over in your mind, okay, what should I do? How should I decorate it? Now, I like making lots of unique items. I don't tend to mass produce anything, but I might make 5 of something, or, you know, or again, if I want to give all 3 of my daughters a similar item, I might do that, just with different colors or different images, that kind of thing. All right, I'm going to use my slot punch. And if I'd let the glue dry, it would have chopped much cleaner. Let's see. I'm going to pick a piece of my seam binding that I've dyed. It would help if I organized it. Yeah, I think that's going to be pretty. I love that. It's almost like, I don't know what it looks like, you know, on your screen, but it's almost like a seafoamy kind of color. Okay, and with the slot punch, I do it different ways, but this is probably one of my favorite because you can just do one little tie and then it will lay flat or flattish. That makes sense, just like that. See? Cute. Let me trim it just a touch. And now we have this fabulous decoration for our cover. I want to have it open as a tuck spot. Just realized I didn't ink the top. So I'm going to pick it up and hold it by the side I want open. Now on this tag shape, what I tend to do is I go ahead and put glue all across that section where the angle starts, and then right along the bottom, and then of course on this side. And I'm offsetting it because it's a pocket. And we're going to let that dry before we put anything in it. But again, I have the folded edge of my book page. I feel pretty good about that. And then it's going to hold up. And a lovely cover. All right, we're going to let that dry. Now, let's make this one next. Now, this is so super easy. It is, again, one of the tag shapes basically are in 2 sizes. So, I think those 2 will go well together. And I want to use, I think, one of the botanical images. So, again, I'm not perseverating. I'm just picking. And this one I actually glued down. So I'm going to glue it down. There we go. And then these, I'm going to punch a hole in. I actually set an eyelet in it, but again, you don't have to if you don't have eyelets or you don't want to. This one will skip that and just punch a hole so you can see that it works. And then all I did here was I picked one of the smaller ones. We'll go with that one. So yeah, it's a little different. And then I did a strip of words. It says, "It is well with my soul." And then I have, this was from one of the drops too that Pink Monarch did, the little bumblebees. They're cute. And let's see, I'm gonna get my paper piercer. I'm just gonna hold this and poke a hole that's hopefully somewhat centered at the top. And again, if you have everything cut out and ready to go, that also makes a big difference. But I like to sit like watching a movie or something or show with my husband at night and fussy cut things out. Let me put the bee on first and then slip it through. And then I have a little dangle. I'm not going to close it up yet because I haven't punched my hole. So, you know, you could do that and have everything inked and then sit down and within a few minutes have it all assembled. Okay, whoops. I am going to use the smaller of the holes. Again, I'm just eyeballing the center. And on my prototype, I did use a cute little eyelet, but you can skip that or you can set an eyelet right here. And then, look at that. Put your dangle on. Doesn't that look impressive? I love it. Now, one thing that the eyelet did do that I didn't think about is it did hold this tag to the larger tag. And I held it in place. So I'm going to suggest this, or I'm going to do this with mine, with this one, since I'm not doing an eyelet. Let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull this off. Whoops. Left that behind. I'm going to just glue mine right across the top because I really like it staying in place a little bit, but I also like that you can lift it up and look at the layer underneath. So that's how I'm going to get around that. There we go. You can decide. If you don't mind them wiggling around, then that's okay. All right, so this is for our new one we made. This is my prototype. We'll do this one next, another super simple, but I liked the idea of it having the little bow on the left-hand side. Now, if I want to put it in this pocket, I'll need to attach it to this side, or I'll just switch it around, right? And I'll put this one in like this and the one with the bow. So again, things to think about when you're making your ephemera and your little pocket and how you're going to do it. All right, so again, we're going to pick, this one is very different, so I'm going to pick it. A large tag and then one of the medium tags. And this one, I'm going to do a butterfly on one of the larger butterflies. So let's see what colors we want to go with. I like the idea of bringing that blue in. That's pretty, isn't it? And I like it to the left. That's just me. We certainly could go to the right. I'm going to stay with my bow to the left. So all you do is hold everything together, get it lined up the way you want it. I kind of look at my angles a little bit, okay? Holding it carefully. Let me get these out of our way. I'm going to pick up that slot punch again. And if you don't have a slot one, you can just use, use your hole punch. That will work. And now I'm going to select a ribbon. And I'm thinking yellow? Yellow? Sure, I like yellow. Yellow is a happy, sunny color. Okay. And again, I'm going to do the same kind of little tie, but you certainly can do a bow. You can loop it through like, you know, a tag topper. Okay, look at that. Cuteness. Okay, so now I have that one made. Let's pick up our prototype, and we have one more type. These are just some of the labels that I stuck in the pocket. So this one is just another little dangle. And again, nothing earth-shattering about it, but we will put one together. So again, a large tag. So we can pick one that we want to play with. Let's go with that one because it reminds me a little bit of this kind of font there. Let's go with that one, and maybe this one. I like that green in there. And let's see, I had one more set of words. Miracles happen. Yes, they do. And all I did here was line them up. And again, all of these were pre-cut, pre-inked, everything. So once you get that done, you're home free, super easy, not a problem. Get a little bulb pen. And you know, if you don't have bulb pens, staple them together, or put a little piece of string through there and tie them together. You know, get creative and use what you have. All right, very cute. Now, this is my prototype. So let's put that one away. It's cute, I love it. And then let's finish this one. So on the cover, I definitely want to put some tags in here. So we'll do those 3 like that. And then we're going to open it up. Oh, we haven't decorated this. We'll get to do that in just a second. I'm going to put this tag there. And we're going to put this one with the bumblebee in the back. It's nice and snug. And then the little dangle is going to go in our side load right there. And then in here, we have room to do that. What are we going to put right here? How did I do the prototype? Oh, I put a little piece of book page and another little image. So let's find somewhere in my mess over here. Do I have a little piece of book page? If not, I can always, I don't think that's enough. Ouch. I just poked my finger on here. That's dangerous. There we go. Now we have book page. So let's just do a little sliver. We'll do a finger tear, finger tear, finger tear. We'll ink it here in a second. And I'm thinking on this one, let's fussy cut quickly. I'll quickly, if I can, cut out this little butterfly. I fall in that camp of you can never have too many butterflies. And I'm also of an age, which Elena is not. I remember butterflies being out and about when I was a child, lightning bugs, butterflies, all of those things. And they were everywhere. And I don't even know when it's happening, if you realize until later, looking back, like, wait, you don't see butterflies like you used to. And it's very exciting now, for me anyway, when I do see one, you know, besides like going to the butterfly gardens and things like that, which I love to do. But, you know, okay, that's fun because it says my delight right there. And on this one, it was interesting. I got in my mind. So sometimes the words work out. Sometimes they don't, and you just need to cover them up. Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to put this sweet little butterfly right there. Oh, I'm happy with it. I hope you are too. So again, never too many butterflies. And I have all of these pieces left. Look at that. I had them all in their little piles, but now they're all together, happy, and I can make several more of these, and I'm excited about that. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and you'll think about making a little folder and build up your stash too. All right, have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much, Anna and Elena, for having me.